wrong screen. Hello everyone, how is it going? Where is sundial? Wrong sundial. In fact, let's delete that. There's sundial. PT, good news, good to hear. Hello everyone, we're here today to talk about Elestrals. Now, if you have never heard of an Elestrals before in your life, that's alright. Many people have not. Hello, Hikori, welcome on in. We're gonna wait a little bit before opening product. I figured this would be a good day to talk about the newest Elestrals set. And some of the new things coming to Elestrals in Sunstrike. I think we're doing not too shabby today. We started stream a little bit later because of some news I heard that's Elestrals related. But y'all don't need to worry about that. Y'all don't need to worry about that. We are here to open the newest set, Sunstrike. And if y'all already don't know the strategies for some of the new upcoming decks, Elestrals has gone back to their double starter deck format. So what that means is that you can get 2 tournament ready decks and 4 booster packs for the price of $30. So for people trying to get into the game, like, these have been relatively pretty consistent entry-level products. Elestrals as a game, if y'all don't know, is a resource-based game. There is a little bit of back and forth between players. It plays very similar to a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh!, a little bit of MTT. I think it has a couple roots in Pokemon, but not heavily. So for those of y'all coming in, we are cracking open Sunstrike today, but we have a couple other stuff too. So to go over what Elestrals offers, like TCG-wise as a product, we have obviously your starter decks, which in most sets come in a double starter deck. In some of the older sets come in single starter decks, like the ones from Livestream, or base set, Phosphor, and Daybreak. I hope they continue with this format moving forward, we'll have to see. But I do like the concept of giving players options to try both different decks, and I think it's a good way to get you and a friend into the game. How long have I been playing Elestrals? Oh, Tommy, welcome on in. I've been playing Elestrals for, oh geez. I've been playing Elestrals for almost 2 years now. I started right before the release of Elestrals Daybreak, kind of in the middle of their Phosphor meta, which is their second set. If y'all don't know, Elestrals is a game that was kickstarted back in 2022. They had their Kickstarter run, came out with their base set run, which was kind of a rerun of the first set from Kickstarter. And in 2024 released their second set, Phosphor. And then their third set, Daybreak. In the start of their fourth set, Moonrise, which finally introduced the last of the 8 elements, they had their first in-person tournament, which was the 2025 Dallas Open. And since then, Elestrals has had a World Championship, a handful of in-person tournaments. They run online tournaments usually, so they run online premieres, which are like higher level events, twice a month, usually online. And they hold weekly digital casuals, There's a handful of shops across the US and a handful in some of other countries such as Australia, some in the UK and other parts of Europe such as like I believe Germany. I think there was a New Zealand shop from what I'm aware. There's a handful in Canada as well, and I think some people have been trying to get it sorted up in Land America. So the game's been steadily growing. It's been around for a little bit, but they're, you know, a bit by bit. They're expanding to putting up with a card game collectible convention called Card Party this year. So all of the Card Party events, or at least 3 of them, are hosting Elestrals tournaments alongside their regular activities. So you can see those coming to San Diego later this month. There was going to be one in Dallas in September. And there's also going to be one in Florida, and I believe it's... I'll have to double check. It's either July or October. And I have it on my blog. Elestrals generally as a TCG, I enjoy it because it has a very interesting resource system. It feels very back and forth of a game. It is a lot slower than Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it is resource-based, but I don't think that detracts from the game at all. I think it gives it kind of its own flavor. Hello, Matridori. Thank you for first. Yeah, the double starter decks are very budget-friendly. Do I play local? I do play locally. My local shop used to have 8 to 10 players coming out. Sometimes it's a little bit less. I think as of recent, we've been sitting more around 4 players. So I do play locally. I know there's other shops that go anywhere from 15 to 20 people on average for their weekly locals. So it really depends on the area. If you are situated in the US, Elestrals is a little bit more East Coast focused than it is West Coast focused. So you might have a hard time finding some shops near you on the West Coast. But I know there's a bunch of shops in Connecticut. There's a handful of shops in the Chicago metropolitan type area. There's a shop in Atlanta. Yeah, there's a couple of shops in Florida as well. Shops in Texas, New Jersey, and all those other states. Oh, Swords, thank you. I hope our pools are good too. Allegedly, there's stores in Alaska. I mean, you can look it up on the store locator for sure. For sure. Hello, Yoda. New set, new set, new set. For sure, for sure. A lot of people ask me why I play Elestrals. And honestly, I just like playing around with the card design. Similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! How I like playing rogue decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! My favorite thing to do in Elestrals is actually build jank decks. Despite the record of me being like a semi-competitive player, which... Let me just say, put me on a real deck and I'll perform pretty well. But if given a choice, I'll play something really funny and silly. My favorite thing to do is just like find a funny or very like unique interactions that people will probably look at and say, Sam, there's no way you could resolve that. But I like seeing a lot of these interactions, finding different lines to achieve these goals. And for me, it's not about winning the game, it's just whether or not I get it off. Must play bullshit. My favorite deck, in a game where all of the cards are effect monsters, my favorite deck basically just summons a vanilla beater. So I enjoy the game actually very casually, despite what some people might think. Obviously don't count me down for the count, but if I had a choice, I'd rather have a lot of fun. So, with Divine Champions, we are in Elestral's second, like, major set right now. Divine Champions has pushed the focus on the game from just summoning guys to trying to get game plan decks online. What that means is that you use the concept of the Divines, which are like one of the major focuses in mechanics and strategy in Elestrals. We are adding new support for Divines and adding new Divines to the game to facilitate these game plan decks. And so with more focus on Divine, like you will actually play a wider range and a variety of cards. You will also see more decks homogenized to mono spirit colors. Not to say that you still can't mix colors, I do that all the time. But it does support gameplay for people who want to play mono type decks, which in the past mainly Earth and Thunder from the early sets had the proper support for mono spirit play. Frost saw a little bit of that, and Luna saw a little bit of it too. As time has moved on, we've seen a lot more of these emerge. And definitely with the bonus of the new, Divine Champion set, of course. There's a lot more mono spirit decks because, like, you do just want to play all the cards in archetype. Not that you can't do something else, but that's kind of why you see the card design lean this way. Hello, Ruby. What do you mean by bees? Well, thank you for the bid. So I think we're gonna crack this open. Elestrals draw if you like collecting cards. Well, for me personally, I think the cards are very cute. But Elestrals does have serialized cards that you can pull. A lot of these tend to be X out of 99, so only 99 of them in existence are printed. There are some with a lower printing rate, as low as X out of 10. And for some of the prize cards, with some of the prize cards, as like there are technically one of ones. What is the card design I like most from this set? Function or design? I think design-wise, I find the Ares Divine to be an interesting strategy in terms of kind of like trying to bring more relevance to artifacts. I think mechanically, Hera seems really interesting because of her resource recursion. And we'll talk about that more as we get into this deck. So the first deck we're opening is the Hera and Aeolus starter decks. So if y'all want to know what comes in these, you get 2 starter decks. One for Hera, one for Aeolus, and then you get 4 little packs in here. And there's a little map that teaches you how to play the game. So these are pretty straightforward. Elestrals decks, if y'all don't know, have 40 cards in them in their main deck. And you have a 20 card spirit deck. Elestrals as a game format for competitive play is a best of 3. With that in mind, Elestrals is a game that allows you to have a side deck. So in between your set matches, between games, you are allowed to side out cards. But if you are playing in a multi-round tournament, before you start the next round, you have to unside your deck. I think in terms of like pure design, like just from the art and stuff, I don't know if if it counts from the main set. Because it's technically actually in the tournament pack. I really like the art for the Gem Flame Hydrate. I think I'm the biggest fan of that card. So I'm just gonna slowly get this open. Yeah, the tournament pack Hydrate. So if you were thinking, well, like, can I participate in a tournament? These are 2 tournament-ready decks. So by Elestrals ruling, if you've run a starter deck card for card, as it is out of the box, so no extra cards, no side deck. Just 40 cards in your main deck, 20 cards in your spirit deck as listed on the box. It is legal for tournament play, even if some of the cards in that list may not properly reflect the current limitations or banning for card copies. So if y'all were unsure if you could play legally, you can just pick up any starter deck, and as long as you don't change the cards, it's legal for tournament play. Yeah, the tournament pack Hydrate, for sure, for sure. So, the fun thing about Elestrals is sometimes you can get an additional card in the starter deck. I don't expect to hit something, but... Okay, we didn't hit anything, but, you know. Just to go over what comes in the Hera starter deck. So, for those of y'all who don't know, these little stones in the middle of the card is the cost of the card. This is kind of like these stars on a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Or like the mana equivalent of like, you know, a like One Piece card or something similar. Also, there's a line in the middle of the screen. I wonder if I can remove that line. Okay, cool. The line is gone. So unlike Pokemon, where certain Pokemon need to evolve into other ones, Elestrals can go up and down the spirit cost anytime they want, as long as you have the proper amount of spirits. Hello, Gravity. Welcome on in. That's my goal. That's my horse. So the Hera starter deck includes these titled cards called Champion of Hera. Now, you can run Elestrals that don't have titles. Some don't, such as like this helm out here that doesn't have that little thing at the top. All this does is denote this as a separate card from a regular Crackle, but it also gives it an additional attribute, being a Champion of Hera. If a card were to specifically say, search a Champion of Hera, you would be able to search it out. Do I have sleeves for this card game? I do have sleeves for the game. The game does in fact have sleeves. Here are some sleeves from an older set. These are my Stellar Pentera sleeve. So they do have sleeves. If you're talking about like in general, like yes, I have card sleeves. If you're talking about sleeves like for the game, yes, they do have Elestrals branded sleeves. So I suppose if you wanted to like really get to a game one, you know? You totally could. So Hera is interesting because there have been heal strategies in the past. But this is the first time... Oh, right. Some of these cards will repeat themselves. So it goes Crackle to Signectric to Imperial. It's called an Ascension line. Elestrals are standard size, if anyone's wondering. So you might read the text here. It says, when an opponent casts an Elestral, you can disenchant Thunder from your field in order to target that Elestral and daze it till the next turn. The second part says, when you return one or more Thunder from your field to your spirit deck, you can target and destroy a face-down rune. So Hera as a Divine allows you to return Thunder from your field to your spirit deck. It's one of the few cards that in the game that actually has this function. And so her whole deck is about manipulating your spirits on the board and the resources in your spirit deck to facilitate your strategies. And if we take a quick hop back here to the Imperial, you can see that the cast condition is, this can be normal cast, aka like normal summon without, you know, tributing. You can normal cast it with 3 thunder. If you return 3 or more thunder from your field to your spirit deck this turn. So Hera's whole concept is returning thunder from your field to your spirit deck. Ideally, you do that enough that you can summon out your Imperial. And like, there's a bunch of other like little cute stuff you can do too. But like, it's definitely like one of the more unique divines in the game. So it has a lot of people's interest, understandably. Whenever you open a bunch of card packs, you buy a bunch of sleeves so you can put rare cards in them. I mean, I have sleeves. If you're worried about whether or not I have sleeves, please rest assured that I have sleeves. I know this may seem unlikely because you've only ever really seen me play Master Duel. I do have sleeves for my physical TCG. I promise. I promise. Hello, Lucian. Any brand of sleeves really works. You can honestly also play your cards well if you're crazy, but you know. So like, here's an example of like an Elestral without a title. So like, you have searches just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you normal cast a Stilton, you can switch your deck with Stadium Woman added to your hand. And this is Hera. So when you cast Hera, you can chant up to 3 thunder to it. You can turn 1 thunder from this Hera to your spirit deck in order to enchant 1 thunder from your underworld to this Hera. So if you don't know how things work in Elestrals, every time you play a card, you have to take a spirit from your spirit deck. This is a separate resource deck that functions like mana and doubles as your life. Every time you play a card, you have to pay for it with spirits. Generally speaking, it is usually spirits from your spirit deck. So when you use those spirits, they go to the underworld, which is Elestral's version of the graveyard. Hera's concept is to recur those resources, not only to the board, but also to your spirit deck. Like, there's definitely exceptions to that. There's cards that play around it, but because I'm not trying to, like, explain the gameplay very deeply, just know that it's a bit of a novel concept. Hello, Phoenix. Welcome on. My goat, my horse, hello, twins. So the Hera cards are brought together by a couple things. Obviously the Hera Divine. They're also brought together by one of her signature cards, Family of Hera. So you can enchant, if you pay 1 thunder, which is the middle stone is the cost of the card, you can enchant up to 2 thunder from your underworld to Champions of Hera or your rune world. Then you may return 1 spirit from your field to the spirit deck. Now the strong thing about this card that I'm not sure if a lot of people have realized is that it doesn't designate that you need Hera on the field to play this card. So what that means is that with the existing Thunder runes and just other runes in general, you can use this with them. Ideally, you're using it with a Thunder one to maximize your like spirit advantage and being able to utilize the Thunder Spirit. But nothing is to say that you can't just put this onto something else already on your board. Yeah, exactly. Zeus is one of the best divines for Hera. But I think this honestly opens up a really interesting line for future gameplay. In the world that we get more than 8 divines. We've already seen us double up on divines for the original 8 elements. So in the future, when we continue to get Thunder support for either divines, artifacts, or any other lingering, lingering things that find themselves in the rune world, I think there's a lot of potential. Yeah, you can just add it in a Zeus list, and not everybody knows that. So I think the Hera cards open a really interesting route for Thunder. We have seen Thunder in the past be used as part of a kind of like a heal strategy before. Thanks to the original Quackle. So this is the original Quackle. When you cast Quackle, you can return up to 3 Thunder from your underworld to your spirit deck. So that's from the graveyard and you heal it back. Compared to the new Quackle, which has the title Champion of Hera. Because this Quackle has a title, both of these can be in the deck at the same time, with as many maximum copies as they're all legal, because they're 2 separate cards, as long as one of them has a title. So I'm not gonna go like super deep on the Hera strategy, but I think I will just like highlight a couple things just about the basics of Elestrals as a game, and about like what the starter deck and the Hera strategy intends to do. Hera just wants to play a lot of cards that will let you return spirits to your spirit deck. Quackle will let you search your deck for a card with a name that includes Hera and add it to your hand. So Quackle is your like generally your deck straddles. It can search anything that mentions Hera. You have a lot of other cute cards like Platypus. You can special cast him from the hand with Thunder if you also return Thunder from the field to your spirit deck. And cards like the new Asked Rabbit, which allows you to enchant Thunder from your underworld to your rune world. It also has a second effect about swapping stats, but don't pay attention to stat swapping, chat. We don't need to worry about that. Surely we don't need to worry about it. Now, the deck that some people might consider the boogeyman of the format. The new Stratonoff Aeolus deck presents a very big bump in the combo side of Elestrals. A lot of people have been talking about this card. A lot of people have been cooking with this card. There's a lot of interesting lines. There's a lot of high potential with the deck. So some people have been really concerned about it. Some people understandably also extremely excited for it. Because some people do just really like a very consistent combo deck. Which, I totally get it. I totally get it. Every Elestral is either a rabbit or a whale. Despite having rabbit in its name, Ask Rabbit Champ is a whale real into. There's a lot of infamous cards in Elestrals that swap stats. Keeping track of math is hard, chat. The new Stratomoth. I never get Stellars in these. So, Stratomoth is pretty straightforward. The best Stratomoth card has less to do with the moth, and everything to do with this little guy. Meet Nimbug. Specifically, Nimbug Champion of Aeolus. When Nimbug is put into your hand without being drawn, you can search your deck for a Suicune, a Stratamoth, or a Bag of Winds and add it to your hand. For those of y'all new to the game, Aeolus, the Wind Divine featured in this deck, allows you to disenchant 2 from itself. So kind of like removing the spell counters off a Yu-Gi-Oh! Continuous spell. In order to search your deck for a 1-Spirit Wind Celestial and add it to your hand. So Aeolus clearly gets you Nimbug. And Nimbug will allow you to search either Stratamoth, Suicune, or Bag of Winds. Now there's 2 printings of Bag of Winds. Firstly, there was the base set Bag of Winds. The Bag of Winds you're actually searching is going to be the new title Bag of Winds, Back in the Bag. You can target a wind-enchanted Celestial on the field, return it to your hand, and if you do, special cast a Champion of Aeolus from your hand. So the concept is Nimbug, you get the bag, and you make the mod. Pretty straightforward, pretty consistent considering you can always find a lot of the pieces. And equally consistent with the new Exaltair, which is when you cast it, you can search your deck for an Aeolus or an Island of Aeolia and add it to your hand. So a fairly straightforward, consistent strategy of, search your card, or play out your guys. The third Nimbug, true, the third Nimbug. I won't go too deep into this strategy, to be honest. There's a lot you can do with it. A lot of people have been cooking. There's a lot of silly decks going around with this. My opinions on the moth. I think Nimbug looks cute. Also, maybe play anti. So like I mentioned, if you open the starter decks, you get 4 packs of the set they're from. Right now it's the newest set, so of course we have the new. So we're gonna pack open a couple of these. And as we go through like a lot of the card lists, you can kind of see where the set is going. And what some of the strategies are. I'm actually most excited for a lot of the additions to the Luna deck, to be honest. The Luna strategies. What's this game? You like card games? Where do you find it? This is Elestrals. Welcome on in. You can find Elestrals either online or if you are ever so lucky, oh whoopsie, not teal. Cool. You can follow my link to the website, and they actually have a store located to see if they have a store near you. If you don't have a store near you, don't fret. You can still play Elestrals. If you have webcam access, you can get yourself a starter deck or order some cards off like TCG Player or like the unofficial Elestrals Marketplace. And once you have cards to play, they have free online weekly tournaments. There's even a free tournament going on tomorrow, hosted by one of Elestrals' content creators. MBT is hosting a Poison Nectar Monthly, which is a free enter tournament that allows people to just kind of, play the game. They also host online major tournaments as well for webcam. And if you happen to live either near Dallas, Fort Worth, Florida, or San Diego, California, Elestrals is coming to a convention near you with their upcoming partnership with Card Party, Memorial Day weekend, you can catch Elestrals down in San Diego, California, where they will be hosting a 64 tournament, player tournament. They'll also be doing demos. You can catch them in September in Dallas, and I believe in July in Florida. MBT has a whole Elestrals channel. He's even the winner of one of my Elestrals contests. So we have Quackle, Champion of Hela, in this pack. We have Snowwaddle, Champion of Hela. So Snowwaddle is the first ascension of Impelawat. Impelawat is a Frost Thunder Elestral. So it's interesting to also see Hela, which is primarily a Thunder Divine, have champions in a different element. Hypnosin, Champion of Artifact. This is one of the cards I'm most excited for. So, this Hypnosum, when it receives one or more Luna, so this works on play, and anytime you give it another Luna, you can search your deck for a Hypnosum or an Ectoplasm and add it to your hand. And when this Hypnosum is destroyed, you can target an opponent's Celestial, daze and suppress it until their next turn. Possums have a very cute new strategy that hopefully I pulled the new Ectopossum to show y'all what it's all about. This is Drakid, Champion of Poseidon. You don't need gloves to open packs, I just like to wear gloves. I'm a big fan. Elestrals has some really shiny cards. And Elestrals is actually also a game that has serialized cards. Most of them are X out of 99, but some can be rarer. Drakid. The new Twindra, which I'm very happy for new Penterra. If only it was titled. Ooh, Toxic Swarm, Champion of Hermes. Can't wait to give this to the Hermes player at my locals. Horror, Champion of Dionysus. Ooh, okay. So in each Elestrals pack, there was at least one guaranteed foil. This is the reverse foil slot. So it's like a guaranteed foil card. If that makes sense. There's a reverse foil slot. And people have been really enjoying these. Because it's like a nice, very low... It's a very easy way to bling out your deck. This was a very cheap and affordable game. Woo! Let's go! Chat, this is full art Argo. So Elestrals has full art cards. As y'all can see. They're very snazzy. I'm a big fan of this one actually. Let's go full art! Let's go! Chat from the starter deck while packs are juiced. Let's go! Okay, YouTube chat, I think I'm gonna stack you. So that we can have the card pack opening. Be kinda solid. And then you get a spirit card, which is like the energy or mana in the deck. But yeah, the cards are very pretty. And if you just wanted to play the game, the cards are very cheap. If you wanted to collect, there's a lot of really cute and pretty cards to collect. So this is a full lot. Let's go. Now we have 3 more packs and an entire box and a restored deck. You're stacked? YouTube chat on top. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Tommy. Good call. Okay. Where are my sleeves? If I was Sans Sally, and if I had card sleeves, now where would I put them? Are these my standard size sleeves, or are these my Yu-Gi-Oh size sleeves? We're about to find out. Hello, Vi. Hello, Raiders. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. You're joining us for Elestrals. Ooh, I think these are my perfect fits, actually. And hello, welcome Raiders. One of my favorite games, card game wise, is this silly little game called Elestrals. I am the world's 36th best player, and I might as well have been world champion if I didn't accidentally leave my deck at home and had to cobble together a deck out of extra cards last minute the night before the tournament. So let's just say the boys got a win on my behalf. Wink wink. But hello, welcome on in. Vi, I hope you had a good stream as well. Stream is going great. We just pulled a full art card. Very fancy, very shiny. Today is kind of a pretty chill, laid back day. I am opening the newest set. This set just launched today. Online, it doesn't release for like another week or so. But this just hit local game stores recently. If your local game store doesn't have a pre-release yet, it's obviously not out on the street. We're talking about the game, going over some of the cards, having a grand old time, and now entertaining our lovely guests. So welcome on in. Let me shout you out, Goldie. Thank you again for the raid. If y'all don't know me, my name's Sampan Salyavi. Sansui, for short. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, the One Piece TCG. Sometimes I do art. I'm pretty good at Elestrals. I'm a competitive player for a couple of card games, but I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Casually. I play over 40 unique decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. I will say that I could have potentially placed higher than 36. If I didn't forget my deck at home by accident, then I had to scrounge the night before to make a deck from scratch, so... Let's just say if I bought my card. I think I could have done better. But you know, chat, going 3-4 at the World Championship is not too shabby. I think that is fairly good. The fact that I qualified at all, I think this was a tiny pat on the back. Ever so slightly. Not to toot my own horn. If y'all don't know what Elestrals is, it's a silly little card game that I like to play. It actually plays more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Than it does other card games, despite a lot of people thinking it looks like Pokemon. It's also fairly affordable to get into. Right now we are opening one of Elestral's starter decks. The newest starter decks, for $30 you can get 2 tournament-ready decks and 4 additional booster packs, all for $30. And after you get it, if you want to build your own deck, you can take the card lists inside, and you can mix the cards between the decks and any of the cards that you pull out of the pack, so make the card you're working on. You can get it on TCG Player. I have a shop link, I suppose, if any of y'all wanted to pick up Elestrals. You can shop Elestrals, support the channel, but y'all definitely don't have to. I really like this game a lot. I'll talk to the moon and back about it, so that's what we're doing tonight. It is a lobster. Yeah, that's like $30. Of course, like, shipping and stuff, but, like, if you happen to have a store near you, if you're lucky enough, you can go onto the Elestrals website or Elestrals shop site, look for their store locator, see if you have an LDS near you. It is pre-release season, so what that means is there's a bunch of shops hosting a very casual event for you to come out, try the game with everyone for the first time, and if you go, you get a really cool pre-release promo card. Just for showing up and hanging out. So unsure if there's gonna be shops near you, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to check. Why I like Elestrals? It plays very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's a game that has spirits, which are like a resource. You have a 20 card spirit deck which functions as both your mana and your life. So it is a very unique resource system that later in the game allows you to show, in my opinion, show off a lot of skill expression, being able to properly manage your spirit. You are not color locked like most games, so you can mix and match any number of cards you want. And you have 20 spirits of any color you would like. Just make sure the spirits that you keep match the cards you have. Otherwise, if you cast this little guy without a fire spirit, he doesn't get his effect. Hello, TC. Welcome on in. It's been a little bit. You're checking out the starter decks and you saw the penguin? Yes. Impelawat is very cute. In fact, they actually reprinted the penguin in this set. This is the new Snow Waddle, Champion of Hera, and there was a new Impelawat card. So if you wanted to get in on the new set, they have penguins there too that you can pull. Or you can pick up singles on TCG Player. And there's also a community unofficial marketplace. This is Ogmog, Champion of Hestia. Noxoid. Which, Elestrals is pretty cool. This is actually a community member inspired Elestral. So they do that sometimes. That's pretty neat. Noxoid. Lava Cell Charge. Look at this little boy. He's so cute. Hypnosum. Let's go. Viceroid. Champion of Hera. So, as y'all can see, some Elestrals are multi-element. Which is kind of cool. Signetric, Champion of Hera. Leobite, Champion of Ares. This is our... Every pack you pull has at least a reverse foil card in it. So this is the reverse foil Zip Possum. He's a cutie. And we have Imperial, Champion of Hera. So guess what, chat? I can build someone an Imperial deck. Surely. Surely that's what that means. Yeah, right now Elestrals has only done the Greek Pantheon. But that isn't to say that Elestrals can't do other god pantheons so far. This is Elestrals, I believe, 7th set? So it's still pretty early on into the game's run. They just recently had their World Championships a couple months ago. And they're hosting several in-person events this year. A reverse what? Yeah, it's a reverse foil. So like, you see how the foiling is on the little guy himself instead of on the card? Versus like a regular foil. You'll see how it's on the background and the border. Yeah, it's a pretty neat game. I have a good time with it. I have a lot of friends who play the game. They have an international scene as well. There's plenty of shops in Canada, the UK. I believe there's a couple in Germany and a few other European countries. There's some in Australia and New Zealand as well. It's kind of a recent game, yes and no. Elestrals was kickstarted in 2022. 2024, they started releasing their main sets. 2025, they had their first in-person tournament that I got top 16 at. And just now in 2026, they hosted their first World Championship. So, you know, I think the game's relatively speaking pretty here to stay. Boltuga, Champion of Hephaestus. So this is North Elestral. Another Lava Cell. Clockway, Champion of Ares. Neblijo, Champion of Ares. Ass Rabbit, Champion of Hestia. We pulled full on Argo Surge. Dougie. Ryan, Champion of Hermes. Chat, look at this guy. He's so cute. He's so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. He has a little helmet to match his bozo owner. I don't even like bugs very much, but this bug looks really polite, chat. I don't like bugs one bit, but this bug looks really polite. I will make an exception. Ooh. A foil Winjin, Champion of... Well, reverse foil. Winjin, Champion of Aeolus, and... Ooh. Okay, I'm actually really happy to pull this. This is Patrollicus's dice. And if y'all are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh!, you might just peep a little something blue and yellow at the bottom of this dice. If y'all don't know, this is a card created by Mr. MBT. And this is one of his contributions to Elestrals as a game. So Elestrals does work with creators to make cards sometimes, and it does work with community members sometimes to make cards. There's like contests and other ways that happens sometimes. I suppose if you buy enough online product, you could get a custom card made as well, but don't wail too hard. I'm actually really happy about this pickup. I expect this card to be pretty popular this set. I want to mess around with it, so let's go. Dice? And a Revival. So these spirits are kind of like Pokemon energy or like One Piece Dawn. And you can get a couple different arts for spirits. They come in like different border types. They come in different art types. So it's kind of cute to see the different arts. Yeah, but Pyro's mom is like, how dare you? You were supposed to be home hours ago, young man. You're happy it doesn't say draw 2 cards? You can be number 1 if you want. I actually think anybody, if you put in time, can get good at this game, so... And how you get yourself an invite to the World Championship is you just have to collect enough qualifier points. So you don't have to, like, win the event to get yourself an invite. You can place pretty decent at multiple events. And then just give everybody a run for their money at Worlds. Alright, next pack. We have Tadpole, Champion of Aphrodite. Starbit, Champion of Aphrodite. Catwoman. There's Snowwaddle again. There's Havoc Club. Hello, Miss Liv. Another Toxic Swarm, which I'm happy to be able to give to someone in my logos. Silcoon, Champion of Aeolus. Dracoray, Champion of Aries. Ooh. Magneros, Champion of Hera. And Lumavale Exalted Form. So if y'all also play Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a certain someone you may know, I know him as Kevin. Y'all know him as someone else. There was a series of Elestrals cards designed by Mr. Distant Coder himself. So Lumavale and its forms and its pre-ascension Twi'leks is part of this set. So if y'all are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh scene at all, there are a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that play Elestrals, and they're pretty big into the game. Your pre-release hit 18 people! Congratulations! Wait, that's huge! Let's go! Let's go, Miss Lit. Huge. Chat, look at this floor mine art. It's just not like the cutest little thing ever. Look at them, they're snuggling together. It's so cool, chat. Look at how cute this is. They're so cute. They're so cute, chat. So you just need to make your opponents disappear and win their points. Not exactly. I think you just gotta give them a run for their money. It's not as hard as you think. It's not as hard as you think. I don't think you gotta try too hard, trust me. Obviously put in a good effort. But I don't think you have to go as hard as, you know, trying to get your opponents to disappear. So that was just 4 packs from the starter deck, chat. We got a bunch of cute little foils. And we even got a full art card. Now, you might not always pull the full art from your starter deck, but like, you know what? You totally could. You could even pull a cereal card from your starter deck. Other products that Elestrals offers. Elestrals has some blister packs, which I'm really glad that they changed the style. If you look, last set, the blister pack was, this just sat inside of the blister. And it didn't seem very protective for the cards. In terms of, like, making sure you can open it without, like, cutting through the packs. So I'm glad that they went with this style, so now you can see if you're like cutting into the cards. Hello, Shaded Demon, welcome on in. Is there lobster cards? Yes and no. I asked Mr. Dan A-Drive himself if he would ever make a lobster Celestial. And he said that a lobster Celestial already exists. Let me see if it's in my binder. He said to me, Miss Sand Sally, there was already a lobster card in Elestrals. It's Centaur. Now, why is this a lobster? I don't know. But Mr. Dan A-Drive is the creator of the game. So if he says this is a lobster, well, I'm sorry, chat, but that's canon. This is a lobster. So there were lobsters in Elestrals. Whether or not you want this to be a lobster, now that is up to you. This is not the first time. This is the first time I've made that happen. This is not the only Elestral that I've had retconned as a different animal. Why do I keep having this happen? I don't know. But this is a lobster. Take that how you will. Blue lobster jump scare. I feel like alright. So, before we open the other starter deck, which we love our $30 for 2 tournament-ready decks, and actually, I might not even need the... I think we'll probably just open this from the top. Yeah, okay, that was pretty easy to open. So what these come with, these are their blister packs. These come with a Reverse Stellar Spirit. And then it comes with 2 packs. So if you want to like bling out your spirit deck, do you see this little symbol at the top? If you see an Elestrals card with this symbol at the top, know that it is a very special card. It is something called a Stella. And a Stella is like Elestrals' version of like shiny Pokemon. So there are promotional Stellas like the ones that you can get out of these packs. There are also serialized Stellas that you can only pull from packs. And that there was a finite amount of them in existence. Twitch chat, I'm sorry, you're in ads right now. Hello, Talwoodley. But we'll keep watching, So this is one of the 2 packs from our blister. One of our 2 blisters. This is Viceros, Champion of Hela. Magneros, Champion of Hela. Jolton, wait a second, this is just the Hela pack. Jolton, Champion of Hela. What a cutie, chat, what a cutie. Ooh. Neanderslav, Champion of Kione. This is a new interesting addition to a potential fast strategy. Armament of Ares, Sphere of Piercing. Glacial Stasis. Ooh! Tongs of Hephaestus. One thing I actually really like, chat, with this reverse foil. I do like the reverse foiling, how you can kind of see the spirits light up in the reverse foil as well. That's kind of a neat detail. So one of the nice things about the reverse foil slot is that it can also be a, like, rare card. So how you can tell the rarity of the Elestrals card is you see at the bottom here there's this little thing. If it is a closed diamond with a little dot, it is a rare. If it is a closed diamond, it is a uncommon. And if it has a open one, it is a common. So normally rares are only found at the end of the pack, but now that they added the reverse foil, you have a chance to get rares as reverse foils. So that makes it so that you can round out your like playsets of playable rares more easily. Ooh, and we pulled Hephaestus! So you can also, if you don't buy the starter deck, sometimes in the packs, you can also get the Divine. So now you can see side by side the difference between like a foil and the reverse foil. Like you can see the edges are clearly different. Really depends on the card how it looks. I suppose it's my third Hephaestus from this set, so it's kind of neat. I'm brainwashing you to buy the available products. I'm sorry. That's kind of my job. I'm just kidding. They don't pay me, Chad. They don't pay me. I do this for the love of the game. You like the foiling on this? Hello, Jordan. Yeah, I do like the foiling on, like, a lot of Elestrals cards, actually. Okay, so, like, funny story. Elestrals a long time ago announced these marble frames for their first IRL event. And I really didn't know if I would like the marble frames. Like, I saw them online when they had the mock-ups and I'm like, I don't know, this looks kind of tacky. So anytime you see, like, a foiling type, I always tell people, wait till you see it in person. Because these are actually gorgeous in person. But when I saw the digital mock-up, I'm like, that looks ugly. Why would I want this? Hello, dearest all of us. Hello, Ridnia. Welcome on in. Any good pulls? We pulled the full art Argo, which I'm a big fan of. So that has been pretty neat. We haven't even gone into the box yet. We're too busy yapping about the game. Does the lobster have a name? The name's Santon Sally. Sansally for short. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Mask. I do love the One Piece TCG. Sometimes I do odd. Right now we're in a card game called Elestrals. If y'all have ever watched SpongeBob, when they go on land, they kind of take on a little plushy form. So that's me. Nice to meet you. Me IRL. If you ever see me at a tournament chat, this is what you're looking for. You see me down on the table, I'm gonna mop the floor with you. It just takes a little bit to hold the cards, alright? Hello, Nemnis. Well, all of us, why would you shoot someone? What kind of authorities you have to... All of us! Goodness me, you're lucky we're too busy talking about Elestrals. What do you mean it's fun? We don't do that here. This is Sans Sally chat. You ask for it every time and all of us delivers. Goodness me. Hello, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I'm gonna call you the Georgie. If that's alright with you. Hello, this is Tadpuff, champion of Aphrodite. Elechick escaped from Tartarus. Okay, I get to talk about this. So when Elestrals bans a card, they reprint the card with a functional errata titled Escape from Tartarus, so that it's a different card. So Elechick used to be a 4/1 that would search your deck for a Divine Rune. This Elechick Escape from Tartarus targets a Divine Rune in your underworld, aka your graveyard, and adds it back to him. Lava Cell. Yeah, Bleo. Yeah, the arts in Elestrals are very nice, chat. They have a lot of very skilled artists. And they only ever use real artists, chat. No AI. Yeah, Leo. Corvusmith. So this is another community made, if y'all see at the bottom. So the illustrator is Fujiro. Simon Fujiro, I believe. And Teisu Hakayami is the person who designed Corvusmith. So, like I mentioned, Elestrals has a lot of community inspired cards. They host contests sometimes for that, and there's like other ways to do it as well. Where's the cool tune rotary of Elestrals? I hope we don't get to that point, but actually, okay, that's a lie. The cool tune rotary of Elestrals is Sparkit, which in the base set, Sprocket has now been banned and also has an escape from Tartarus, would hand whip you and give you full hand information. So they actually already had a rotary in Elestrals. Maybe they were ahead of the curve, chat. That was like 2 years ago. Hello, LDS. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the posted chat. Welcome on in. We're talking Elestrals. Me. Well, and Konami didn't learn I know what? That's crazy. They said no. Clearly we can't learn from Elestrals. They're such different games. So, Corvusmil? Armament of every sword of vitality. Spear of piercing. Ooh, okay. We have a foil Lumavale Exalted form. I think there is a player at my local game store who would be ecstatic to have this copy of the card. And Electro Possum. So, another foil. Not too shabby, chat. 2 foils? Ooh, and this is one of my favorite Leviathan arts. Look how cute it is, chat. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute! I do really like a lot of the designs of the little creatures and critters in this game. I'm a big fan. Let's ban Norway but keep Fortune Rotary. Interesting. Y'all don't know I also play Yu-Gi-Oh! If that wasn't clear, so... Y'all are also welcome to talk about the other card game, too. Okay. So, Elestrals, as y'all have seen, have a couple different products. There's the double starter deck. $30 to get yourself 2 tournament-ready decks and 4 booster packs, all for $30. There is the blisters, which come with a guaranteed spirit of your choice. And 2 booster packs. Elestrals also does something fun for the people who like to truly gamble. Meet Elestrals Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box consists of 10 assorted booster packs across all the different sets of Elestrals. So if y'all didn't know where to begin, but you just wanted to collect a bunch of cards, you could take your chance. Opening Pandora's Box. Something else Elestrals does is Shattered Stars. They have side sets where they have alt art reprints, functional reprints of older cards. It's your way to get some interesting rarity bumps and alternative arts for different cards. This used to be a subscription service and they have changed how this is going. So they're gonna have a whole new setup for Shattered Stars soon. They're gonna be kind of more like Pokemon's ETB. Goodbye, your wallet. If you would like, chat. If y'all would like to get yourself some Elestrals, do use the Sand Sally shop code. You can either use discount code Sand Sally at checkout or follow the link. And you can support the channel and buy Elestrals at the same time. As the kids say, hashtag sponsored. I would do this for free, by the way. That's all I'm going to say. I've been playing this game for free for a hot minute. Okay, I've been since I found out about Elestrals. Okay, I bought the cards myself. I played the game myself. I went to my local game store and organized my own grassroots tournaments myself. Okay, so don't let them sending me product make y'all think that I am not someone dedicated to this game. Let's crack open Pandora's Box. You enjoy the company of RNGs a little bit too much, then you might be a big fan of the Pandora's Box. I believe these are like $45. I think. So let's see. Let's see what packs we get out of our Pandora's box. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here. So you get 10 packs and you also get a random promo card, by the way. So out of our Pandora's box, our promo card is the 2024 Daybreak promo, the Reverse Stellar Nectar of the Gods. This is a full art. Now let's look at our other 10 packs to see what we got here, okay? I know these sets very well. We have one Elestrals Daybreak pack. We have one Series 2 Tournament pack. We have one Divine Champions Firestorm pack. We have one base set pack. We have a Moonrise pack. We have a second pack of Daybreak. We have one pack of Elestrals Phosphor. We have another base set pack. We have one Elestrals Shattered Stars Aquarius. And we have one Elestrals Shattered Stars Aries. So the Shattered Stars sets are side sets. Some of them were themed around astrology, some were themed around elements, some are themed around different stuff. So if you want just like a big variety and a surprise, Pandora's box is something you can pick up. They sell it on their sites, like a little mystery grab bag thing. And you get a little promo with it too. That's your constellation? Alright, then surely we're going to hit a good card out of this one. Elestrals Shattered Stars gets you 5 guaranteed commons. The newer sets have a reverse foil, and then a guaranteed foil in each one of these. So it feels bacon themed. If only there was a bacon theme, but leave it to me, chat. I'm gonna add Daniel H.Y. When do we get a bacon themed list? Me when I make yet another cursed Celestial thing canon. With the power of Italy and Mexico, Viva Elestrals! Boy Scout Champion of Hestia. War Might Champion of Hestia. Look at the little boy. Volcaries Champion of Hephaestus. Rumacol. So you can see how the art style is a little bit different because, again, Shattered Stars is like an alternate reprint set. Bellowbee. So this is like the old school Pokemon style, like an homage to that. Ooh, okay. A reverse foil Volcaries. And a full art Lava Live. So like these packs are kind of fun. All transparency, this card is banned. However, full art, let's go. Let's go. Is this good? Technically, yes. Unfortunately, in the code format, it just got banned because it was so good, it was bannable. Absolute cinema. True. Absolute cinema, chat. Absolute cinema. So the answer is yes. This card is one of the best cards in the game. Is it a good pool? Yes. Is it a good pool in the current context? Maybe. Who knows, chat? The ban list can change at any time. Alright, the next pack we're going to open is Shattered Stars Aquarius. So I suppose if you're an Aquarius, rise up. Hello, Pikas. Chat. Look at these guys. They're so dumb looking. They're so dumb. I love them. Pikas. Carry on. Galaxia. Winjin. This card needs to get banned. Please don't hit this card. I love this card. Wind. It's a terrible sign. zodiacal sign. The reverse stellar galaxy! Let's go! Let's go! This is not serialized, but this is a fancy card, and boy, is this not a pretty card. So if y'all haven't seen Elestrals Stellars, it has, you notice, the same foil pattern as the symbol, and this is actually a double foil. You can see how close together these two got stacked up, so some of the older Shattered Stars actually double foil. Let's go! Rise up, anybody, Aquarius! No one's an Aquarius. No one cares. No one's an Aquarius. And they also have these stained glass spirit arts in these hats. Let me go ahead and sleeve this up. Let's go. Big pause, chat. We're looking so up and we haven't even started on the box yet. Look at us go. I'm gonna give Dan a try for his money. You have risen. Let's go, let's go. You are and you're proud, congratulations. Cute. Alright. So this is from base set, Elestral's first set. You can see it from the little symbol here. Every set has a symbol. So the thing about Elestrals that y'all are gonna find out is Elestrals doesn't really intend to reprint sets. That's why they do stuff like Shattered Stars, which is like functional reprints, and sometimes they'll reprint older cards in the starter decks, like you saw with Crackle. So Volcanic Force. Drop to 3. Do a tie-up. Atlantic. So these are stadiums, which are Elestrals field spells. Pegas! Let's go! If y'all remember, we had just seen Pegas not too long ago. So that's what I'm talking about when I said the functional reprints. So Pegas was printed in base set. This is Pegas reprinted in the Shattered Star set. So they have the same effect, but just different art. So Elestrals does functional reprints. Yes, also a war criminal. A lot of these little guys are war criminals. Devabug. Titanostork. Lazarus. And Tectaurus. So that's just a rare, but like, no, it is what it is. You don't always hit every pack, but it's fine. We have more packs to open, clearly. So, Elestral's Frostfall was called Frostfall because it was the introduction to the frost element. Helios, Gelato, Babaloon, Cyanecta, Morphos. Morphos is an archetype where all of the guys are named Morphos, and each of the Elestrals has a different title. So this is Morphos Lycan form. And this is Thunder Dragon that, well, more like Kaiser Seahorse. And it switches for other Morphos in your deck. So this is one of those combo decks I was talking about. Scepter of Kione. Avalanche. Blizzard. Lysolage. Someone make Elestrals blow up globally so you can make money off your unopened Founders promos. True chat. Unfounded Studios, rise up. It's Pig. Hello, Spicy. It is Pig. My god, my horse, Pig guys. This is one of my favorite sets. Elestrals Daybreak. Home to this little guy you see in the corner over here. Long. Okay. You see the dancing... I'm so bad at... You see the dancing crocodile in the corner. That is my goat? My horse, Sundial. I own over 1,000 copies of Sundial. Probably close to 2,000 copies of Sundial. In fact, if you see me at an Elestrals event, you can approach me, and you can trade me a sundial for a ribbon. I live and die for this creature. So hopefully we pull another sundial to add to my collection. Now, you're probably wondering, Sam, what would you do with over 1,000 copies of Sundial? Look, I look at them and I'm very happy, alright? We all have vices in our life. Anyways, Runacle. Humbug. Ooh, this is a blue Eddy. Okay, you're gonna tell me, Sam, what do you mean? Of course it's a blue Eddy, because the card is blue. What I mean by a blue Eddy is that some of these are printed with a blue overprint on the text. So if we hop back to a card that is water, you notice how this one doesn't have blue on the little... You see how the little attack and defense stats are not as blue as this Eddy? This is a blue Edward because the ink has stained blue all over different parts of the card that aren't normally blue. This is actually a very blue Eddy. I'm a fan. That's my goat. That's my horse. This is the original Larvitar. Veritupa. Poison Tunic. Mudslide. Rock in a Hard Place. And Lustragon. So, Celestial Foils tend to look like this. You'll have seen them before. Lustragon is actually one of my team members' favorite cards. Shout out to my goalie, Bo. Shout out to Lustragon. Shout out to Daybreak. No Sundial. 2 out of 10 pack. I'm just kidding. Elestrals Moonrise introduced the last element. So Daybreak introduced Solar and a little bit of Luna. Moonrise was focused on Luna cards and finally introduced the Luna Divine, Artemis. We have one more Luna Divine that will be featured in Elestral's next set of Divine Champions. So set 8 has the last Luna Divine. And it also will have the new Frost Divine. Sometimes we just need a binder page to spark joy. Exactly. Gloombat? This is my goat, my horse. People often question why I won this card. This card has won me so many games. Toxicity. Elestrals has a lot of bugs, chat. If you are a bug Pokemon type person or just a bug enjoyer and entomologist of some kind, Elestrals has so many bugs for you. Habakkuk. Directed. Pokeway. Boisterous. Electronite. Another bug, chat. Look at this. More bug. Titano Strike. Ooh. Starbit Supernova. There's actually some Starbit support in the newest set, wouldn't you know? This is Starbit Champion of Aphrodite. So this one can't be normal cast, but this Starbit will allow you to expend a spirit. So take 1 water spirit worth of damage to special cast a Starbit from your hand. So these two work together, and the Aphrodite Divine does something unique. Every Divine has a different effect. Aphrodite's effect is if you control a water Elestral, you can disenchant from her in order to switch your deck for an Elestral with the same name. So if you have Starbit and Aphrodite, you can switch Starbit and then use Starbit's effect to cast Starbit. A cute little synergy they got going on. It has too many bugs right now. Entirely too many bugs, chat. Clearly too many bugs. Someone file a complaint. You've come around on Gloombat recently? Exactly, Spicy. That's why you're my goat. My horse. This is our other pack from base set. This is World Tempest, one of the 3rd Ascension Elestrals from this set. Does it have Pot of Greed? Hello, Phobia. Elestrals actually banned Pot of Greed, so this card is Pot of Greed. This is Nectar of the Gods. Nectar of the Gods, would you believe it, you, allows you to draw 2 cards. We recently banned it. For good reason. What else is new, chat? What else is new? So yes, there is Pot of Greed. It's gone now. Good riddance. There were talk, what? So actually, I have something interesting to point out here. Elestrals does this thing called Nexus Forms. You're probably wondering, Sam, what does that mean? So you know how this one is named Veritaqua? This guy here is Verituka. And these two sound and look really similar, right? That's because they're Nexus forms. So for those of y'all who just learned about Elestrals, it actually also has a monster catching RPG. So if you don't play TCGs, but you like playing Pokemon, you can look into Elestrals Awakened, where in the game, one of the unique mechanics is that you can Nexus your Elestral. So if you catch a wild Verituka, you can use powers in the game to turn your Veritaqua into a Verituka. So then you can battle with a wind Elestral instead of a water Elestral. Pay me! Pay me! I'm so good at advertising! I'm just kidding. Verituka. Look, chat, it's Quackle. Sole. This is the bacon. Sole for this. Jolting. Boom. Also good fun. Like a void. Ow, ow, ow! Griffute. Cat Weagle. Some of the base set Elestrals are pretty good. Some of them are like, whatever. That's fire? I know, right? Isn't that like a cool concept? So if you want to check out Elestrals Awakened, they were actually they were the highest. So Elestrals Awakened came out in 2025, and it was the highest backed video game Kickstarter of 2025. So it's a little late to get in on the game, but like for the beta. But keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. If you go see Elestrals at any of the physical card party events, you can also demo Elestrals Awakened at those booths if you wanted to try the game out. There's a lot of content creators that also have gone over the game and you can watch their content. So if y'all are more of a video game person, boy does Elestrals have something for you. Alright. We are now opening Elestrals Firestorm, which was the first Divine Champion set. So this is Harpy. Elechin. Hi Bear Nation. So if y'all like bears, you will be happy to find out that bears is an entire deck and an entire archetype. If you control a bear Elestral, and you see how there's a little bear symbol in the corner? There's an entire archetype, and bears has its own Stratos that just searches bear cards. It's crazy. And this is the Sprocket Escape from Tartarus. So we were talking about Fortune Rotary. When you normal cast this Sprocket, you can look at up to 2 random cards from your opponent's hand and discard one of them. This card in the original set used to say if you Nexus, you can look at your opponent's hand and discard one of the cards. So you just got to see their entire hand and then you would hand with them for one. Solid. Champion of Aeolus. This card was infamous the first set that it came out. This was like Pig Chandra. Y'all Yu-Gi-Oh players, Tenpai Dragon Chandra. You're looking at Tenpai Dragon Tundra right here, right now. A kitty from hell, yeah, hand whips, hand whips. Actual hand whips, chat. Elestrals has it all. So what Solid does is it searches your deck for a champion of Aeolus and adds it to your hand. Solid can search its Ascension, Chrysor. And Chrysor's effect is if your Solid destroyed an Elestral from battle, you can ascend it in the battle phase, which is like the equivalent of synchro summoning in the battle phase for Elestrals. Refuse. Titanostrike. Ankyloshark. Spinosect, Champion of Hermes. For the Hermes players. Chat, can y'all believe we've been live for 2 hours and we haven't even gotten to the box yet? Hours of Elestrals entertainment. You, hand knowledge? It's fine. Look, the new one only looks at 2 cards. They fixed it. So if you go to your local game store, you can get Elestrals tournament packs. This is one of the older tournament packs. We actually have the new cards. The new tournament pack 5 coming to your local game store. And Elestrals is doing something new this set, chat. So this is the new tournament pack 5 series. You can only get this from your local game store if you have one and you are fortunate to have one. And it has something very unique. This is Elestral's newest card type. Meet the Gem Flame. This is an LTS local game store exclusive. If you want to get your hands on one of these, you gotta roll up to a card store or go online to Elestral's referral system and convince your local game store to stock Elestrals. And Elestrals will send them a tournament kit for free and get them all set up. So this is the new Gem Flame. It looks really pretty in purple. And you get 2 cards out of the tournament pack. So this is the Spirit. And this is my Stellar Cryoblast. Now this one is not serialized. It is a promotional Stellar. But it is a very pretty card. And I really like how they do. Do you see the effect bordering? I really like the bordering they do for the foil. So I really wasn't sure if I would like the Gem Flame looking at them online. But seeing them in person, they're actually very charming. I don't know if I would bling out my entire deck in Gem Flame, but I think I definitely want to collect them. They're very pretty. So I don't know if y'all have a strong opinion on them, but I think they're quite pretty. The camera doesn't do the best of showing off the foil, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Back to the Pandora's Box packs. We have 2 packs left in this Pandora's Box. Alright. Ooh, Cryoblast! I am unfortunately really well known for this card. And, ooh, Cryoblast and Argo. These are staples. And our last card is for Gorvix. So the tournament packs used to guarantee you a Stellar. Now they just guarantee you Gem Flames, but both cards are foil. So I think there's like a trade-off. This is a promotional Stellar. The card is very shiny. But they're like a fun little, like, you know, a fun little thing to open up and have. You appreciate the tournament pack 5 change? I think that it's nice to get 2 foil cards. I do think it's also nice that, like, it is a thing, a flame that is exclusive to the LTS. Alright, chat. This is our last Pandora's Box pack. Mind you, we have another starter deck to open. And we still have the other Shattered Stars pack. So there's still plenty to open. We haven't even gotten to the box yet. Don't poke the bear. Follow the wisps. Dratova. Sundial! That's my goat! That's my horse, chat! Let's go! We're so back, chat. We're so back. End the stream now. We've gone exactly what we've wanted, chat. Nothing will top this. I'll send you pics in, don't worry. Thank you for hanging out. Limbat. Morphos bat form. See? Another Morphos. Poser. Gold Apollo. And Vesifatuba. Let's go. Chat, we love Sundial in this house. We love Sundial in this house. Y'all better love Sundial in this house. Alright, also, like, you used to get stickers with these. Gosh, I love these stickers. They're so cute. Alright, chat. This is going to be Shattered Stars. I'm gonna be real. Oh, no, wait. Where did the bag go? The bag is supposed to tell me the month. This is Shattered Stars. Shattered Stars. I don't know what month this is. This is Shattered Stars. I don't know the horoscope symbols. I don't know the constellations. Hello, Gamer Man. We stand the dial. Hello, Jellon. Thank you for standing the dial. What did you miss? You missed the greatest card in the game. End the stream now. Galvenom. Fungo. Platypus. Lavacell. Titanostrike. Lavacell again with that old school Pokemon style. Toxionne! The bozo on the thing. So another Elestrals like rarity is these constellation arts. And the constellation arts also come with these stained glass spirits. So like, they got a lot of different rarity types if you're a collector. Or you just like having pretty cards in your deck. A month of all time, truly a month of all time. This is the month, chat. Whatever this is, the month of all time. Alright. So in these older sets of Shattered Stars, you had a guaranteed play set of the commons. They're changing that in the new Shattered Stars so that like you just pull a bunch of random cards from the set. Hey, wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I've seen this guy before. I've seen this bozo before. Where have I seen this card before? Where have we seen this card before? Anyway. I suppose I'm gonna end up with a playset of this guy. Toxionne needs a reprint? It's right here. I'm just kidding. Right here! Here's the reprint. So we're gonna skip past these because these are guaranteed commons. All the same card. Galvenom and... Ooh, so this is the foil stained glass Zapdos. I'm gonna keep a full stack with y'all. This is so hard for me to tell what spirit it is on webcam. That's why I don't use these, because it's very confusing for my opponent to know what this is supposed to be. Like, okay, if I put this on the table, do you even know what this is, chat? Like, imagine you're trying to play a game with someone, and you're like squinting, you're like, what card is that? What card is that? It is really hard to tell them apart with the foil. It is extremely difficult to tell them apart with the foiling. No one's fault, it's just the artwork. To illuminate real and true. Real and true. Alright. I am itching to get to the box, by the way. Let us open the Twin pack. Gemini! Clearly! Clearly Shattered Stars Gemini for the Twin tour. Watch me get the thing wrong. A masterpiece, all the same, real and true. But like I said, chat, there's a lot of really interesting and cool rarities. Look, chat. Sonic Horse sticker. Mayhaps I can give this to Yoko the next time I see Yoko. Okay. Clearly we'll just hit big, chat. Clearly we'll just hit big. So some of these are guaranteed, remember that. This is actually really cool. Exaltis, Saipamo, Armador, Nixniela, Saipamo, Liar of Apollo. I think this is my first foil of this card, so I'm not that upset. Could have been better. Like, y'all see what I'm talking about, where like from far away, it's really hard to tell if this is like the dark yellow or the light yellow. Like, you see what I'm talking about, right? Like, imagine this thing was foiled. It's crazy, I tell you. Armadon, your beloved. A lot of people are big fans of Armadon. So, like, this game is pretty fun. It's really cheap to get into as well. If y'all don't want to play, like, honestly, they do a really good job for collectors as well. Like, oh my god. Xila. Okay, Exaltis foil. Ooh, look, chat. It's the Full Art Temple of the Sun. Look how cute these little bozos are. Look at this little cow. If it would look at that little cow. He says the kids say pogging. Right, yes. Pog cow. Pog cow, chat. Pog cow. That's my goat. That's my horse. That's my cow. Very cute. This is also my first one of these. So look at that, chat. Sand Sally coming out on top. The temple is very cute. I agree. So the Temple of the Sun is a stadium, aka the field spell. In this game, field spells are reciprocal, and this is like old school Yu-Gi-Oh rules / Pokemon rules. Only one field spell can exist at a time between either. Guaranteed comments. Guaranteed comments. Guaranteed comments. Guaranteed comments. Shoutouts. Reverse foil Armadon. There are, so there's, well, maybe not as expensive as, like, the One Wing, but Elestrals does have serialized cards. Okay, wait, chat, we can do the thing, okay? We can do the thing. Look, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, chat, which one? Which one? Can you tell what this is? If I stack them on top of each other, can you tell the difference? This is what I'm talking about. I can't play with these on webcam. Can you tell the difference from that far away just by looking at it? Like, maybe if you really squint, chat, but what if my webcam was worse? What if I wasn't a Twitch streamer and my webcam was 360p? Would you know the difference? If I wasn't a Twitch streamer with a fancy webcam that can focus on my cards, would you know the difference? They both go under phosphorus wheeling too. You wouldn't know the difference. Okay. Like I said, these starter decks, $30 gets you 2 tournament ready decks and 4 booster packs. We're gonna quickly rip this open and then get to the box, okay? Quickly dig into this thing, check our hits, and then we're getting it on the box. Some comments on the new deck. Aries does something unique with Artifact Room. artifacts are like Yu-Gi-Oh's equip spells. You equip them to an Elestral and they only stay on the field as long as that Elestral is around. It also plays around stadiums more than other decks too. So it's a pretty unique strategy that plays around both. And wants you to have more spirits on your board than most traditional strategies. So there's a little bit of interesting stuff there. It's kind of like the Unga Bunga battle deck, but it's got a little bit more going on than just the Unga Bunga. So just like before, 2 starter decks. And 4 booster packs for the price of $30. Shop Elestrals. Stellar incoming? Is that my goat, my horse? Josh being such... We did get a reverse Stellar Galaxia, actually. So far our hits. We have a reverse Stellar Galaxia. And then from the starter deck, the first starter deck, we pulled an Argo. We haven't even hit the box yet. I also finally own a Temple of the Sun full art. Hello, Jello. Welcome on in. We're cracking open Elestrals Sunstrike. I don't know why I tried to make that. I'm not a YouTuber. I hope that was hype. Rejoice. So you get a small % chance of getting an extra card in these sealed starter decks that is a slightly higher rarity. It's not guaranteed every time. Can you not strike your sons? Please do not strike your sons. Oh, wait, Josh. I forgot to show you the biggest hit from today, actually. Where did it go? Where did it go? Look at our biggest hit. That's my goal. That's my horse. That's my goal. That's my horse. Sundial. I love Sundial. That's my goat. That's my horse. Anywho. Here we go, chat. I need a place to put half of these cords. My desk is gonna be... I just cleaned the desk. I just cleaned the desk last week. We're so doomed. And now it's covered in cords again. You thought I was going to show you a bear. Of course I'm showing you Sundial. It's the San Sally stream. You're probably wondering, Sam, why don't you use scissors? I'm too lazy to go find my scissors. So, quick overview. Aries' champion is Celestial. Celestial's effect is that if this would be returned to the hand, you may disenchant 2 solar from a Stadium Moon or Artifact Moon on your field instead. And while you have Coliseum of Aries, which is Aries' special stadium, this Celestial can attack each of your opponent's Elestrals once each. Okay, no special fancy card. But this is Neblio. Neblio is the first ascension in the Celestial line. And he nexuses and searches your deck for a champion of Aries and adds it to your hand. So Neblio can search a bunch of cards in your deck. In fact, it can search all of the champions of Aries, such as Leo Bright. And all of our other cards, like Cockway, champion of Aries, or Lumavu, champion of Aries, or Armadon, champion of Aries, which is the heart of the Aries strategy outside of Neblio. You can expend and put this Armadon in your hand at the bottom of the deck in order to search your deck for an Ares over Gordon and add it to your hand. So if you have Neblio and you can Nexus search an Armadon, you can now find your Ares Divine to get your strategy online. Paired up with a lot of other really cute cards. Ares is the new Solar Divine to hit the set. When you cast Ares, you can enchant up to 3 Solar to it. And you can disenchant a Solar from this Ares to search your deck for a Colosseum of Ares or an Armament of Ares and add it to your hand. If you do not have the field spell, you can switch it off of Ares, and if you need an artifact rune, any artifact rune within the Ares suite is available to switch off your Divine. Yeah, we have all types now. Hello, Tapman. So the Armament of Ares, y'all have been seeing as we pulled some of the packs. They got a bunch of different artifacts. They got a sword, they got a spear, they got the Colosseum. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So that's kind of the gimmick with Ares, is you want to do a lot of stuff related to battle, and you want to play around stuff like Colosseum of Ares. When a player casts a Champion of Ares, they can enchant a Solar to it. Champions Ares get +1 attack and 1 defense for each spirit enchanting this Colosseum. So you can boost up your guy. And you can do fun stuff, like Armament of Ares Spear with Piercing. Gives you Elestrals +2 attack, and has them deal piercing damage. And while Ares is enchanted, you also treat each Solar Spirit enchanting this armament, so the spear, as also enchanting the empowered Elestral during damage calculation. So how you do damage in Elestrals is unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, where you would think this guy does 4 damage. He does as much damage as the spirits underneath him, minus the spirits of the Elestral he is attacking and destroying. If there is no Elestral, he's allowed to attack your spirit deck directly. So Ares is pumping out a lot more damage than usual if you can get the armaments on. And it has a bunch of other cute little battle tricks too. It's a pretty unique little thing they got going on. Oh, where was the best place to open this? Let's see. Yeah, probably from this side. Probably from this side. Just gotta get it open enough, chat, that we can kind of just build off. Alright, there we go. So this is the Hephaestus deck. Hephaestus is one of the older divines, but this is his champion, Vesafatuba. You can disenchant fire from your field in order to search your deck for an eruption or a champion of Hephaestus and add it to your hand. And when you cast an artifact rune, you can enchant up to 2 fire from your underworld to anywhere on the field that includes your opponent's side of the field. Twitch chat, you're about to head into ads, but that's okay. I'll just keep talking about the sorted ad. Okay, no special. I never pull the special cards from these things. So both Tuga presents one of the most interesting additions to Hephaestus as a strategy. Your Hephaestus' effects can also find counter runes. Fire counter runes. So in one of Elestral's recent sets, Livestream, the previous set, there was the introduction of small Tuga champion of Hephaestus. This one says your Hephaestus effects can also find fire invoke runes. So these are to facilitate off of Hephaestus normally searches for a artifact room, but it can instead search for fire invokes or counter wounds. Normally, you are searching Eruption. Eruption makes your opponent take 3 damage in exchange for 2 fire spirits. And the new Eruption, which is a counter wound, you can search off of the Bull Tuba, which is the green one, is Eruption Hephaestus' Jealousy. This is a highly anticipated, pretty strong card in the format. It is, you can enchant fire up to your field into an opponent's field. Until the next turn, opponents cannot play runes using fire from their field. During this turn's end phase, you can destroy each fire enchanted card that is not a fire card. So the idea is that Hephaestus, using the Vesifatuga, can use Vesifatuga and this card to interact with your opponent's board. So since Vesifatuga to enchant to either field, between this card and Vesifatuga, you should logically be able to destroy 2 cards on your opponent's field in the end phase with Eruption's effect. It's a whole thing. Get it off your screen! I do not play MTG, but hello Abyss, welcome on in. I don't play MTG. So I don't have a lot of good comparisons for MTG, unfortunately. But I know a lot of MTG players enjoy Elestrals. Just as almost as much as Yu-Gi-Oh players seem to enjoy Elestrals. Some of the other lines you can take with this deck. You have the original Bull Tuba, which can search your deck or your underworld for an eruption. So you can use this to cycle back the eruption you played and search. You have the new Lavalith. Lavalith, champion of Hephaestus. So if Hephaestus is enchanted, you can cast this out with 2 fire normally. And when a player empowers this Lavalith with an artifact wound, you can target and destroy a face down wound. So the idea would be that if you have Hephaestus, not only can you cast this guy out, you can also use Hephaestus to search your deck for an artifact, and then afterwards, immediately trigger his effect. So that's kind of a little bit of some of the other little interactions. One of the other big pickups to Hephaestus this set is Tongs of Hephaestus. It is a 3-spirit artifact. This Tongs of Hephaestus can only empower a fire Elestral. The empowered Elestral gets +4 attack and +2 defense, and when the empowered Elestral destroys an Elestral in battle, you can discard a card in order to target and destroy a card. So in theory, if you had Hephaestus and Lavalith and Tongs, you could pop a card with Lavalith after you equip it with Tongs. Go to battle, run over their Elestral on board, then discard a card because you destroyed an Elestral in battle, and pop an additional card on their board, thus clearing 3 cards in 1 turn in an optimal scenario. So, a pretty interesting strategy. A lot of new, pretty big pickups for Hephaestus. A little bit battle dependent, but seeing as you'll probably be destroying Backroll with the Lavalith and similar cards, it makes sense that you can probably get off the Tongs. So that's the Hephaestus and Ares strategy. 2 of the new starter decks from Elestrals Sunstrike. I'm going to drop these back into the box from which they had come. Just clear up some space. if it will let me. I'm not sure if it will let me. We're gonna try. We might fail. But I'm sure we're gonna try. Have you missed it all? Hello, Killer! Actually, we haven't even gotten to the box yet. I did talk a lot about this starter deck. And we did pull some cards. But we haven't even gone to the box yet. So you know what? Relatively speaking, you might be just right on time. So these are the 4 booster packs that come with the double starter decks. So Elestrals double starter decks come with 3 additional packs. I mean 4 additional packs instead of the 3 that come with the singles. So we're gonna go ahead and open these. Welcome on in, Kira. Alright. Say hello to Paleoff, champion of Kione. Isn't he a cutie drawn on the cable? Magneros, champion of Hela. Neblio, champion of Aries. Coliseum of Aries, the battleground. Ass Rabbit, champion of Hela. Ruinous, champion of Aries. Wiggly. We have a reverse foil spirit. So this happens sometimes. And, ooh, bag of wins back in the bag. Let's go. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I probably should have sorted these cards out by set. It's alright, it's alright, we'll figure it out. We're like back on the ban list, real into. Alright. Isma. Noxley. Ziphazon. Neblio. Twindra. Toxisworm. Pingua. Look chat. Penguin. Pingu. Pingu. Another foil spirit. Dreamlock. I actually need a Dreamlock. Good pickup. If Hydreic is a football, Noxoid is a dodgeball. True, that is silly, but I can see it. I can see the vision. We're getting a lot of bears. Vavicell. Lumaru. Parkway. Toxisworm. So cool. Twilix! Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is another Kevin card. So Twilix is the pre-ascension to the Lumavelia I saw earlier. We have the reverse foil Imperial. And let's go to Dreamlock. Let's go. Huge. I'm quite excited with that. I'm quite excited for that. Play please, chat. Play please. Ursmog, champion of Hestia. Jolton, champion of Hela. Elegian. So here's the other Coliseum. Last time it was Coliseum of Ares, the battleground. This is Coliseum of Ares, the armory. So there's more than one stadium that Ares plays underneath. So this one says, when a champion of Ares enters battle, its controller connects us up to 2 solo. When an enchanted artifact is sent from the field to the underworld, its owner can return it from the underworld to their hand. So, this is pretty interesting, allowing you to basically Nexus off of your Elestral and then recoup or if your Elestral gets destroyed, recoup the card advantage by grabbing back the artifact. Twin Draw. Okay, it's crazy that we've seen more Twin Draw than Hydrate. Toxic Swarm. Scepter of Hera. This is Lumavale Wicked form. So you've seen the Lumavale Exalted form. That's the double solar. This is the double Luna. Oh, Eric, I have someone at my locals who will be ecstatic that I pulled this in the foil. Make it happen. And a Tornation, Champion of AO. How are we not too shabby? We are opening up some Elestrals. That is all of our packs from the starter deck. So let me actually grab these, drop these back into the boxes from whence they came. And then we can finally crack open this Elestrals box. You made it just in time for the box opening. Somehow we've padded 2 hours worth of content without even touching the box. Hello there, welcome on in. Thank you for the sanity check. We're doing not too shabby tonight. We're actually doing great tonight. We are opening Elestral's all-new set Sunstrike, which if you happen to have a pre-release today, just hit the streets. Zephyr Arcade, that's my goat, that's my horse. Do you know that the chatter who just put in an order with y'all is in the chat right now? Shout out Oshi Push. Right now we're playing Elestrals though. Well, we're opening Elestrals. It's box time! Let's go! I agree, extremely based. In fact, I have my Oshi Push starter deck right over here. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag Zephyr Arcade. If you ever want to shop Zephyr Arcade, you can use code Sally. You had to do it. It is good art. There was very good art. Very cute sleeves too. I honestly should have picked up the sleeves. Clearly, if I had the Pippa sleeve, we could have done better with the Elestrals World. 36th place is not good enough, chat. We need to aspire to do better. You were going to do it months ago, but it was sold out. I'm glad they restocked. Okay, chat. So, starting Elestrals live stream, there has been a change to the booster boxes. Elestrals booster boxes used to be 36 packs deep. They are now 24 packs deep. These include a box topper, and specifically, this is only for Elestrals Sunstrike. Elestrals Sunstrike boxes are full random. So be forewarned. You can high roll and get like a bajillion high rarity cards. You could also potentially low roll. But clearly just be better, chat. Clearly just be better. So let's get cracking. I am a big fan of opening cards. Also, shoutouts again to the San Sally Field Center. If y'all are interested, I have extended the pre-orders to next week. So the next time your opponent is comboing at your local game store, you can flip your San Sally Field Center upside down. And have hours of ADHD entertainment. In fact, you could do it even when you're not playing the game, just like right now. Can I make a playmat that is bigger? You want one? We can work on that. This is a desk mat, so that's why it's not the full size of a playmat. We can work on that. Chat, do we desire a new playmat? Well, an actual size playmat. I understand the desire. True, we do have to flex on the game. Your friend got 0 hits. Yeah, that happens, and that's why I kind of don't like that it's all random. I feel like that's a poor experience for a new player. And I hope that that changes. I have expressed to staff my concern. I have a very deep vested interest in the game and, you know, its growth and how well it's perceived by the community, as well as just new players in general. Our box topper is Stratomob. So, y'all remember the one from the starter deck? This is a full art version of it. Oh, thank you. I don't know what people are going to do with the Field Center either, but I'm glad y'all enjoy it. Much that I designed myself. We are here for the main event. That's right, huh? Elestrals Sunstrike. Okay. Chat. Do y'all think that we're going to pull a Stella? If y'all like a serialized Stella. Do y'all think that we might pull a serialized Stella? I think really quick, chat. Let's take a short second. I know those of y'all on YouTube cannot participate. The enjoyment of watching a Twitch stream is clearly to gamba, chat. It is clearly to gamba. So let's get a poll on what you think we are pulling out of the box. I will give y'all 2 minutes. Do y'all think that we are pulling nothing cool out of the box? You think we're only going to pull full arts? You think we're getting a reverse Stella? Or do you think we're getting a serial Stella? Throw your channel points down, chat. Give me your money. Give me your energy. We're here to open Elestrals. There were no... That card's on the floor. We'll pick it up later. There were no stakes unless you give. Me. When my quads accidentally go on the floor. Sundial, surely. I don't even... There's no sundial in this set. There's no sundial in this set. Yoda, there's no sundial in this set. You believe? Okay, chat, but like, don't believe in the sundial. It physically is not pointed in the set. Believe in something that's not the sundial, chat. Please. No sundial, send it back. You're so right. You're so right. No sundial? I don't want it. You're so right. Real and true, chat. I should demand sundial. I should demand sundial. And if they don't give it to me, we riot. Clearly. If you're wondering what that sound is this me trying to organize all the cards? As the gamba goes on. Alright. Yeah, we riot. Exactly. We riot. Give us sundial. Give us sun. I don't want to give them too hard of a time, chat. Come on. You know, they couldn't handle me if I actually rioted. You know, they wouldn't be able to handle it at all. Give them some flack later. Wait a second. Ah, shoot, we have another blister. Okay, pause, chat. Do we open the blister first or do we rip the box and do the... I forgot about this. We have one more blister, chat. Do we rip the blister or the box? First person to say something in the chat. First person to say something in the chat. I don't care who. Either platform. Say something. Box? Alright. We will open the blister at the end. Too late. Remind me about the blister before I forget. Because I'm going to forget. I'm really forgetful, cast. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I have too many cards on the desk as it is. My desk is going to be an absolute mess after this. Goodness me. Okay, so something I like to do is I actually like to take the packs out of the box. So first off, let's dump this. That actually came out surprisingly clean. Okay, let's look at the inside of the box really quick. That's kind of cute. There's like some art in there. So I like to dump the packs out of the box. Sure, you can say, well, Stan, everyone does that. I do something different. Wait for it. I like to dump the packs out of the box, and then I like to sort them by the design. And then I like to see which one of the ones with the same designs has like I like to see which one I pull the best out of. Like, does Hera hate us? Does Hephaestus hate us? So we're gonna start with Hephaestus. I don't know why. We should probably start with woman, but we're starting with Hephaestus. Somehow your OCD is content with this method. Hello, Fluky. Welcome on in. Also, like, if y'all play in the online premieres, you can win cool prize cards. Or try to collect the rarest cards. And you can also register your rare cards online, so you can show off to all the other losers that you own the card. I mean, you can show off to all the other great players in the game. No one is a loser when you play Elestrals, unless you lose to Sansari. I mean, who said that? Who said that? Everyone's a winner when you are playing Elestrals, because everyone's having a good time. You have a 99 out of 99 Exaltis Tommy! Go register it! True, you did get Smokey, that was. It is! Let's go! Quacker, champion of Hera. Magneros, champion of Hera. Boomeroo. Awesome! Anacell, supercharged. Ask Rabbit, champion of Hera. Rhinem, champion of Hermes. Our reverse foil is the armament of Ares, sword of vitality. And let's go! Eruption. Evil card. Yo! Hephaestus card from the Hephaestus pack? That's crazy? I know, right, Josh? We're so up? Time to get jealous? Me? Chat. If your man does not get jealous, leave him. I'm just kidding, by the way. Half-Puff, champion of Aphrodite. Stop it. Platypus. I'm not sure what I'm going to play at pre-release yet. I have a couple days to think about it. High voltage. So cool. Breakaway. Yora, do you need cards, by the way? If you need cards and you're coming to card party, let me know. Breakaway. Leo Fight. Reverse foil Cockley. Full art Aries. Alright, chat. One full art in the box. We have something. Chat. We have at least one full art. Full art Aries. Add it to the list. Hephaestus looking pretty strong, chat. Eruption into full art Aries. Can any of our other divines Defeat the feast. Hephaestus is providing us. That's why you sort your packs, chat. Sort your packs, chat. 3 full-out box, you're calling it now. You don't know what you're playing? Let me know. Hit me up. I'll try my best. Chat. We opened a God pack. Elestrals has God packs. Elestrals has God packs. Let's go! If you have never played Pokemon, or open Pokemon TCG, Pokemon does a thing where all the cards in the pack are, like, special. Elestrals does the same thing. This wasn't a prediction often. There's a serialized Stellar in here. There's a serial Stellar in here. Why stop at 3? Real and true. We have the reverse Stellar Winchin champion of Aeolus. The reverse Stellar Lumaru champion of Aries. The reverse Stellar Astrabbit champion of Hera. The reverse Stellar Astrabbit champion of Hestia. The Starbit champion of Aphrodite reverse Stellar. Boltuga champion of Hephaestus. Drakid champion of Poseidon and the world's most adorable sluggle. Gelato champion of Kione. And... let's go! It's Eddie! Let's go! Chat! Give it up for Edward! He's so cute. He's so cute. These serialized, chat. Elestral's new serial Stellars has the number right in the middle of the card. And the 98 out of 99 Phosphocell Ultra Charge. Let's go! That's actually a really good number. Okay, let's like stack this really quick for the clip, okay? For the clip. We have to reclip this. Editors, we're reclipping this really quick. Let's go! The 38 out of 99 Eddie. And the 98 out of 99 Phosphocell. Let's go, chat! First God pack! Let's go! Purchase Elestrals Sunstrike! Purchase Elestrals Sunstrike! Shop code SANSALLY! Hashtag sponsored, hashtag not sponsored. Chat, is this real? This is so real. This is so real. Shop Elestrals. Shop Elestrals. Yeah, I know, it's in the corner. The new position is really cool. It's so you really know it's a special card. It's right in the middle. Let's go. Phosphocell Ultra Charge. This is so real. Yo, this means Penthouse has collectively opened a playset of... Penthouse has collectively opened a playset of Divine Packs. If y'all don't know, at the World Championship, MG1 opened not 1, but 2 Divine Packs. So in Elestrals, they're called Divine Packs. Let's go! You can't believe Daniel A. Chat. Hephaestus has not stopped hitting. We got Eruption into Full Art Aries. Into a Divine Pack. Sort your packs, chat. Holy. Sort your packs. Let's go. Let's go. Surely a second Divine Pack. Surely. Surely, chat. Surely. Pay off real and true. You're right, Tommy. We should do a second prediction. Do I open a second Divine Pack? Lycelos, Champion of Hela. Jolton, Champion of Hela. Elichick, Escape from Tartarus. Black Kid, Champion of Poseidon. Lycerage, Champion of Hela. Signetric. So about the cards you need at Card Party. Think what? Ooh, reverse foil catabases. Let's go! Vomalord chat, let's go! Chat? That's my goal? That's my horse? Chat, it's Vomalord. Chat, wake up, it's Vomalord. Chat, rejoice, Vomalord. That's our rat, chat. That is our rat. Holy. Straight verming it, chat. Holy. We're so up. We're so up. Hephaestus? Chat, I don't think a single god can match up to how much Hephaestus has given us. Vomalord? Full on Ares? A divine path? Like, I'm sorry, but like, I think Hephaestus has blown the rest of them out of the water. I might have to main Hephaestus this set, chat. What if this is Hephaestus speaking to us, saying, Sand Sally, you must play fire for the first time in your life. And I'll say, you know I can't play Oracle. And then he'll whisper and say, Sand Sally, you don't need Oracle. He's cooking, and it's fire, real and true. Okay, so let me pay out the prediction. Who put 70k on Serialized Stella? Chat, who voted on Serial Stella? Tommy, you put 70k down? Tommy! My gold? My horse! Let's go! Okay, chat, new prediction. Does Sand pull a second Serial Stella? Or a third Serial Stella? In this box? No. No more gold cards. Maybe a reverse Stella. Yes. 100%. So you have 3 options, chat. 200%. Chat, you have 2 options. Do y'all think that I'm gonna pull another reverse Stella from this box? Do you think we're gonna pull another Serial Stella from this box? Or do you think that we're just not gonna get any other cool cards? Please redeem Swamp Silly. I don't have Swamp Silly on this model. I'm sorry. I don't have Swamp Silly on this model. We still have to recreate Swamp Silly on the new model. I'm so sorry. Bortuga. Pelia. Lavicel. Havacub. Chat, the new Eddie. I mean, this is the new Eddie. Corvus Mill. Catabases. Neanderthal, Champion of Keone. And Tongues of Hephaestus. You know what? Hephaestus is speaking to us, chat. He says, I'm giving you all the cards. He makes a compelling argument, chat. He makes a very compelling argument. He's making a very... This is the last Hephaestus pack. We've gotten really good cards out of every single Hephaestus pack, chat. Like, there has not been a single one of these packs from the Hephaestus stack that has not been an absolute, as the kids say, banger. This is crazy. I'm so excited! Who out here striking their sons? Real and true. You just need Quill of Hephaestus to come out Chat, do I make an alt art Hephaestus and it's just him at like a barbecue for Labor Day or something? Alright, chat, I hope y'all got in on that gamba. Cause it's time. This is our last Hephaestus pack. That will be... Oh my god, he's so cute, chat. He's so cute. Look at him, he's helping out with the fire. He's so cute. Zip Hustle. Nimbug. What's up, my Nimbugs? Armadon. Wind Scale. Armament of Aries. Armament of Aries. In Fornax. Chat, he's speaking to us. Hephaestus wants us to play. Fire this set, chat. He's speaking to us right now, chat. Hephaestus himself, chat. He has willed himself into our existence. Chat, I don't know if I can ignore these signs. I don't know if I can ignore these signs. Every single one of these packs from the Hephaestus stack has been an absolute banger. The man himself showed up at our doorstep. Chat. I don't know if I can say no. He really has spoken, chat. He makes a really compelling argument. Makes a really compelling argument. A really compelling argument. Yeah, he even bought Aries as his +1. He says, play the Hephaestus Aries starter deck for your pre-release. That's what he's trying to say. He says, pick me for pre-release. Pick me for pre-release. You're asking, chat, what I'm playing for pre-release. I don't know if I have a choice anymore. Alright, chat. I guess since we've heard from Hephaestus, we should probably hear from Aries, right? So let's go on our Aries stat. Surely we've heard from one half of the deck, right? Let's hear from the other. Banger box? We're not even like 3/4 of the way done, chat. Chat, that was 6 packs. That was 6 packs of, as the kids say, absolute back-to-back bangers. Play Elestrals. Holy. Open Elestrals. Crackle. Elechip. Lavasaur. Cockley. Toxisor. Luminous. Draco Ray. Colosseum of Aries and... Yo, Vermalord? That's my goat? That's my horse? Okay, I see what y'all are up to. I see what these two bozos are up to. They're trying to bribe me by giving me Vermalords. They're trying to bribe me, chat. I see this. I see their plans. I see their plans, chat. They're trying to bribe Sansally. They're trying to bribe Sansally. And it's working. Tadpot. Slobbit. Jolting. Lumahu. Neanderthal. Twindra. Gordon. Another Colosseum of Aries. Reverse foil. And the Psycho Venom. That is a great pickup for me. Okay, Aries. I mean, that's a pretty good rare, I will admit. You have 4 more packs. You have 4 more packs to steal your half of the deal, Bozo. The bribes might be... Exactly. I think the bribes are working. What do y'all think? Chat, thumbs up, thumbs down. Put... Chat, this is Lotrax. Lotrax is an otter dragon, and he's made by community member Skullmo. Look at Lotrax, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's such a bozo. Affectionate. Magnelos, Armadon, Ash Rabbit, or Ash Rabbit. Chat, this is Doggy. If y'all remember, I talked about Nexus forms. This is Eddie's Earth Nexus form, Dougie. Shout out Doggy. Over. The Pyro. Ouroboros! Okay. They're bribing me really hard, chat. They're bribing me really hard. These two divines are in cahoots with each other. They're bribing me really hard. They're bribing me really hard. They all hollow the pyro. They said, come on, solar thunder? They're trying so hard to bribe us, chat. Yo, second low tracks? Hey, wait a second. They're trying to win me over with cute animals. They're trying to win me over with cute animals. Jolted. Boomerang. Asked Rabbit. Scepter of Hera. Twilight. Toralis. Hey, wait a second. Foil Toralis. Foil the Pyro. That's just the spirits you need for Vesipatuga. For Nathan. Chat, they really are trying to bribe us. We have 2 more packs in Aries. 2 more packs. Yeah, and the Boros, exactly. Thank you for the thumbs up. Chat, continue to give me your energy. We still have half the box to go. Noxley. Platypus. Coliseum of Aries. High Voltage. Silcoon. Innocent. Glacial Stasis. Which my poor baby. My poor bozo. Look what they've done to him. They really are bribing me. Reverse foil Twindra. Man, these bribes are really bad. And Exaltia? I don't know, Aries. Are you? I mean, you're giving me an Exaltia? That's a little bit against your game plan. Banger hit? Let the power of Orange Jesus bless you. So Elestrals has a guaranteed reverse foil in every pack. So you have technically a hollow card in every pack. Very smart. Hi, Drake! Okay, fine. I accept your bribe. Chat. Look at the new Hydrake. He's so cute. He's so cute. This is my son. It's my other son. This is my other son. If you buy cards and send them to me to open them up, you'd have to pay me to mail them back to cover the shipping to mail them back, rather. Snow Water. Coliseum of Aries. Toxic Swarm. Armament of Aries. Toxic Swarm. Hephaestus again! Y'all are really... Chat, we pulled a playset of Hephaestus. Like, I know we have the starter deck, but that's just enough to play Hephaestus even without the starter deck. Goodness me. Alright. Well, look, chat. That is the Aries Hephaestus side. Y'all got to remember, we have Aeolus still. And we got a woman to open, chat. We are going to end on woman, because clearly Hera's gonna bring it home. Hephaestus bought you Aries, and Aries bought you Hephaestus. Yeah, I know. They're really trying to remind me. Chat. that for the low price of $30, I can pick up a starter deck with 2 tournament-ready decks and 4 booster packs for $30. Hashtag ad, hashtag sports. We're so good at this. Hire me. Hire me. Play fire. They're saying play fire. I know what, chat. The streets are saying play fire. Are the streets correct? Let's see if Aeolus and Hera can put up a little bit of argumentation. Tap up. Platypus. Armadon. Lumaru. Doggy. Neanderthal. Breakaway. Have a club. Dice. Okay. Aeolus opens on a very compelling counter rune. Aeolus opens on a very compelling counter rune. I see you. I see you, Windman. I see you. I see you. Game recognized game. Tadpuff is cute. Tadpuff is very popular. Tadpuff is very popular. Alright. Hello, low traps. What do you do? Tadpuff. Platypus. Boomable. Corvus-Mill. Brimscale. Breakaway. Armament of Elvis. Coordination. You think Elestrals look similar to MTG, or are you just a noob? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some levels of similarity in terms of like, what's the word? There are some people who have worked on MTG that have worked on like the early parts of Elestrals. I don't know like the full details, but I suppose if you're seeing some similarities, it's not too out of the way. Play smart. Noxley. Whinging. Dracket. Corvus-Mill. Grimscale. Overlord. Illuminate. Vesafatuga. Maybe the box is trying to tell us something. Maybe the box is working together, chat. Maybe the box is trying to make an argument. Draco Tail, you can't escape the meta. I'm sure you'll be fine. Draco Tail isn't even that bad. It's like, it's alright. More low tracks. Hydrate! Let's go. Snow Waddle. Have a Club. Ash Rabbit. Gordon. Luminous. Armadon. Emperor. Champion of Hera. So this is the big penguin from this set. When you cast this Emperor, you can enchant up to 3 thunder from your underworld to your Hera. When this Emperor enters battle, you can nexus up to 3 thunder to it. And during your end phase, you can draw a card and nexus up to 3 spirit from this Emperor. So when Emperor hits the board, you're taking a whopping 6 damage if he's going straight to your face. AKA your spirit deck. Alright. You make an interesting argument, Mr. Aeolus. Perhaps Aeolus is leaving the floor open for the lady to speak for herself. Good card, surely. I've always wanted to play Emperor. It's actually one of the first decks that I wanted to play, and I just never got around to doing it. So I would be down to do a little bit of cooking with Impella. Hello, Nutsley. Snow Waddle. Coliseum. High Voltage. Edward. Hawthorne. Luminous. Jolton. Heliolift, Champion of Aries. The box is really trying to sell me on something. The box is really trying to sell me on something. Did someone say Impella what? Penguins rise up. Heliolift, your hero? Goodness me. Okay, chat. The last Aeolus pack. I know it's a tough act to follow. It is a tough act to follow. So I don't blame anyone for having a hard time keeping up. A small champion of Hestia, Wingy. Hi, oh, my cutie. Coliseum of Elby. Signet Twip. Here it is, chat! Ectopossum! That's my goal. That's my horse, chat. This is the possum. I have been waiting for this possum. If you remember, Hypnosum searches Ectopossum. Ectopossum says when your Hypnosum is destroyed in battle. You can special cast this Ectopossum from your hand using the Luna 2 Luna from your underworld. And when you cast this Ectopossum, you can expend 2 Luna in order to target a suppressed card and return it to the hand. A very interesting new strategy for Luna. I am very excited for the person. Overlord. Magnelos. Exalted. It's okay, Aeolus. Surely, Hera can speak for herself. Chat, a lady does not need a man to make her arguments for her. What does the purple card mean? Purple is the element. So there's fire, water, thunder, wind, frost, solar, Luna, and earth. So if it's purple, it is a Luna card. If it is rainbow, this symbol is the Omni Spirit symbol. You can use any color spirit, aka like mana, in order to play this card. Elestrals Sunstrike. 2 competitive ready decks for the low price of that's right. Hit it, chat. Okay, chat. These are the last packs in our box. This determines if we pull another Stella out of this box. If we pull a reverse Stella or just nothing else. I know the box already had a pretty strong start, but can we have a stellar finish? Let's find out. Today on Sand Salad. Quackle, Nimba, High Voltage, Level, Corvus Mill, Grimskill, Dracohay. Bag of Winds back in the bag. Let's go. The reverse foil. Reinforcement of Ellie. Hot. Special cast a Champion of Aries from your hand. Using only spirits enchanting your Coliseum of Aries and or Armament of Aries. Interesting. What do you have? Alright. Not too shabby of a pack. Tadpog, Storbit, Zip Possum, Coliseum, Eddie, Gordon, Luminous, Toxislam, Alarm, Dreamlock, let's go! Shoutouts Alarm. Alright, chat, these are the last 4 packs in the box. Now, George said that he's calling it a 3 full art box. Can we pull 2 full arts in these last 4 packs? Or is he a liar? Is he a liar, chat? Dreamlock is a very cute one. I agree. Got anything good? Codfish? Codfish. We had pulled a divine pack. I would like to think that's pretty darn good. But I don't know. Y'all can be the judge of that one. Botuga. Snow Waddle. Whoever. Hypnotical. Corvusmil. Leobite. Vinu. Vesavatuka. Hephaestus! Another this box is trying to tell us something. This box is trying to strong arm us. It's trying to strong arm us into playing Hephaestus. And it's working. The literal playset. I can't believe this, chat. They're all in cahoots with this guy. That's great. I have to use these 3 too, by the way. Like, I have other Hephaestus arts that I would rather use. Logically, I have to play these 3 because they came out of the box. Like, if I don't play these 3, like, he's going to curse me. I have to play these 3. The playset of... Yeah, the box is very persuasive. It's trying to tell me something. It has been trying to speak to me this entire time. That's what you're going to be playing at pre-release. Hephaestus is an artifact deck. A little bit. But you have 2 decks to mix and match with the Ellie stuff. If I'm playing Hephaestus, can you get those exalted? I keep the shiny one. Take it or leave it. Helios. Shadowfoot. Omnidon. Lumu. Neanderthal. Omnid of Elvis. Omnid of Elvis. Joltin. Impelawat again. Chat. Chat, we have 2 more packs. Yeah, I'll touch base with you. I'll touch base with you, Spicy. Okay, I'm going to snooze the ads because it's the last 2 packs. Botuga. Hydrate. Snow Waddle. Havoc Cup. Doggy. Pinglet. Catabasis. Plumite. Back in the bag. Holy, that's the playset. Penguins are very cute. Okay, chat. Last pack in the box. So Josh is a liar. Unless this is a full art divine pack, Josh is a liar. Let the record be known. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, chat. Myself, Rinjin, Hypnosil, Drake, Ashwelder, Leovoid, Lightning, Reinforcement of Ellie, Pentower! Let's go. Second Pentower. Whoa. I'm just saying Josh is a liar, that's all. That has nothing to do with the divine path, okay? That has everything to do with the sanctity of casters. Very solid box. A very fitting hollow quartz hat. Shoutouts, Penthouse! Okay. Now, where did that blister go? Y'all remember that I set aside a blister. That's right, chat. We have 2 last packs. Surely, if we hit a 4 in here, I'll forgive George. I'm just kidding. I'm not upset. I really like the reverse Stellar Zapdos art. I'm a big fan. You're predicting a Stellar Spirit. Oh, chat, he sees the future. He sees the future. How could you possibly foretell? Is your name Apollo? A really nice box. We have 2 more packs. Oh my, chat. Chat, this was scripted. The last 2 packs are Aries and Hephaestus. Alright, this is a scheme. This is a scheme by big Elestrals. They said no one's going to play Aries and Hephaestus this set. We're gonna get Sand Sally on it so people think that the deck is real. This is a scheme, chat. This is an industry plant. This is an industry plant, chat. There's no way. There's no way. This is scripted. This is so scripted. How dare they? How dare they, chat? How dare they try to force us to play Aries and Hephaestus? We can open Aries first. The Zapdos is really good. I really like the Zapdos. This was all planned. Holy. Tell me. I can't believe this, chat. How could they do this? Alright. Let's make this quick. Tortuga, Larvicell, Opossum, Aries, Corvusmith, Whimscale, Leoblade, Penguin! Aeolus. Hey, wait a second. Why are you giving me Aeolus? What does this mean? What could this possibly mean, chat? The last pack we will be opening tonight of Sunstrike, chat. The Hephaestus pack. Kappa, Opossum, Nimbus, Hawkray, Whimscale, Twilix, Ectoplasm, my goat, my horse, Snowwaddle, Lumaville. I suppose that's all 3 Lumaville that we have today. All 3 Lumavilles. Shout out to Kevin. What? Killer, you don't have to apologize. You're fine. I will say, if you were asleep, Killer, you missed the most hype part of the stream. You missed us opening. Elestrals has Divine Pack, so they're like God Packs. You missed the God Pack. You missed the full art into the God Pack. Twitch chat, you're heading into ads. Get 2 competitive ready decks, chat. Get 2 competitive ready. Get 2 tournament ready decks for $30. Oh, wait. Get 2 tournament ready decks and 4 booster packs for the low price of $30. Sharp Elestrals. I believe starting, is it Firestorm? Yeah, starting Firestorm, they implemented Divine Pack, so you have a chance to get it in live stream. Hashtag register your Stellars. Hashtag make me. The only Stellars that Okay, I have a couple registered Stellars, but most of the ones that are registered are the ones that I won from major tournaments. Yeah, hashtag get your Divine Pack today. No, you will. You have a chance. Yeah, live stream. So Firestorm, live stream, and this set have a chance. You have a chance to get a Divine Pack. You're still in the running for a Divine Pack, Killer. It was implemented the set just before your set. So you're not out of luck. You're in luck. You're in the running. Clearly. Just pull a Divine Pack. And it's just that simple, chat. Be good at the game. Pull Divine Pack today. But man, chat, what a box. We had Hephaestus in the back telling us to play Ares, pick his starter deck, and we picked up the gorgeous Divine Pack. I should probably sleeve these. This one is so cute, actually. I really like the pink on the wings, yeah. I should probably like sort these in a way to take pictures. Okay, chat. Those of y'all not familiar with Elestrals as a game and a concept, do y'all have any questions about Elestrals to ask me now that we're done opening all of this product? Clearly y'all have seen how exciting it is to open Elestrals, you know? Clearly. But do you have any questions on how to play Elestrals? Let me see if I can get a good spread for the picture. You gotta include the Sand Sally Field Center for the brand recognition, you know? Clearly. I'm trying to get a good picture if you're wondering what's happening. I'm trying to get a good picture. Let's play. Alright. You're sure to love your Toad list, but good luck, surely. Only one fraud. It was all right. You're so right, Spicy. Josh lied to us. How could he do that? How could Josh lie to us, chat? How could he say that we were... I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Give this man a break. I'm so sorry. Bean slander. Am I right, chat? Step aside, Bean Soldier. Welcome to Bean slander. This has been very fun. This has been great. Yeah, chat. What if I flip the perspective so y'all can see the cards? Look, let's lay out all the cards so y'all can see them. I'm so bad. So you get one of each element. And then you get serialized stars. It's kind of a shame I didn't get a pen tower. I think one of these two is random, so it's kind of a shame we didn't get a pen tower. But Eddie is also equally acceptable. Hey chat, this is all spread, alright chat, this is all spread. Let me flip the Sand Sally. Will I do tarot reading? I don't know how to do those. I don't think I'm legally allowed to. Oh, Kirishima. With the Elestrals card. I don't know how to do those. Now I have to think, like, am I keeping any of these? Am I moving them? Do I keep them all? Do I trade them? What do I do with these? Huh. There's too many decisions, chat. Too many decisions to be made. Alright, we gotta head to Twitter with the... Yeah, look that. I think I took a good picture. I think we took a pretty darn good picture. Any of these meta? I suppose if I want to make them meta... Well, there's one from each, like, element. And a lot of these are definitely playable. Let's see. Let's go post our post on Twitter. Y'all can boost my post on Twitter. Boltuga and Lumu definitely. Josh, you said we would get 3 full lots, Josh. There's only 1 full lot in the box, Josh. I'm just kidding. Chat. He said 3 full lots. I got scammed. I'm just kidding. Hashtag scam. This looks really cute. Like, put out, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna starve. Exactly, chat. I'm gonna starve. Okay, let's see. Hot face. Okay, chat. This is gonna be our Twitter post, okay? Only 1 full up, but the divine pack in the box definitely made up for it. Hot face emojis. Now we post. Now I go onto the computer. And I find the post on my Twitter. You have a sudden compulsion to eat cardboard. Goodness me. Now I ping everyone in the Discord and said, I pulled a divine pack. At 10 PM in the evening. Very important to flex, chat. You have to remember to flex. And I only have y'all to flex to, because Lord only knows I talk to no one else. I'm just kidding. We're so unhinged this evening. We're so unhinged this evening. Chat, excuse my behavior. We'll get you off of the divine path. Go boost our Twitter post or something. I don't even know why I'm saying that. That's like a Twitch thing. I shall share the Twitter post with y'all shortly. Good night, Spicy. We'll touch base on the Exalters. And any other cards you might need. We're so up, chat. We're so up. We've been live for like 3 hours. I'm going to go to I love hanging out with y'all. I love hanging out with y'all. Moth is real? True. Let's hit another divine pack, please. If only. If only. Alright. Alright. Save some luck for the newcomers. You're so right, chat. If y'all shop Elestrals, shop Sans Sally. Clearly. Thank y'all for hanging out. If y'all are interested in picking up Elestrals, support the channel by using the code Sans Sally at checkout or following our link. Y'all don't have to. I hope y'all enjoyed the opening. This is my first divine pack. We're so up, chat. We're so up. Thank y'all for hanging out with me as we open Elestrals' newest set, Sunstrike. That's right, in Elestrals' newest set, Sunstrike, you can pick up 2 tournament-ready decks and 4 booster packs for the low price of $30. This bit never gets old. This is such a good bit. This is such a good bit. Thank y'all for supporting Lobster Activity. Thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening. This has been very nice. Who do I send y'all to? Let's see. Who is live? Who is live? Smooth has been live for like 4 hours. Surely Smooth will keep streaming. So I'm going to send y'all to Smooth, who is playing another card game very similar to this. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for giving me your energy for these insane pools. I suppose I think I'm bound by high powers to play a little bit of Hephaestus and a little bit of Elise this format. Which is fine by me. I can play any deck. So I hope y'all have a nice rest of your day. Evening for everyone. Thank you for the stellar luck. Thank you for coming out, Twitch. Thank you so much for coming out, YouTube. Shoutouts to Elestrals. Thank you for sending us some Sunstrike so we can also strike into the pre-release season. I will be going to a pre-release at my local shop. If y'all go onto Elestrals online shop, look for your local game store. You might just be in luck to see if there is a pre-release near you. If not, y'all can pick up some Elestrals. Photo option. Convince your local game stores to stock Elestrals, and y'all could be ready and set up for the next pre-release. So send smooth all my love. I'll see y'all when I see you. Do take care of yourselves, and just remember that you're all in my thoughts. $1. And a raid. Thank you for coming out, folks.